Okay, so we actually live here. This is Blue Table Talk. I'm your host, Deborah Jones.
And I'm your co-host, Toya Ozan.
Okay, so Toya, we got a guest on here tonight, Rashad Harris. He's with the R.A.A.H. Clothing. And before we get to talking to him, let me give you the housekeeping. Y'all know it is cold outside here in Boba, Texas. And
Yes, it
Toya was
is.
just telling me it was cold out there in Atlanta as well, Georgia.
Yes.
So we can actually sing that song tonight. Baby, it's cold outside.
And that is.
Because it is cold, it's freezing, y'all. Where it has got to the point of freezing right now. Because I'm not gonna claim it, but it is cold. So let me get a little work right here. Don't forget to protect your people out there. Make sure they're wearing layers and wearing hat and gloves. These are the 5 P's. Don't forget to protect your pets. Bring those jokers in the house and they're outside. Bring them in and cover them up. Be sure you make your outdoor pets your inside pets right now. Don't forget to protect your plants. Cover those plants because we have those sister plants that we work with. So cover those plants out there and make sure they're not endangered servitude. Also, protect your pipes. Wrap those pipes. Run their water. I know a friend of mine didn't run her water last night. You don't have to run it. You can just let it drip. And so let those faucets drip. But open the cabinet doors as well, so that the heat can come out of it, and then the pipes will be running. Excuse me. Also, practice the fire safety. Those of us who use those outdoor uh, heaters or those fuel burning devices such as your grill, and it causes carbon monoxide, which is a deadly gas. So y'all be careful with all that. And read the instructions on there before you even burn them because it is dangerous with those everything. I actually had 2 girlfriends that just passed away from that. So please practice fire safety. Like I said, don't forget the 4 P's: the pets, the plants, the pipes, and the people. So while you're doing all that, just have a good time. Enjoy the weather because this is God's weather. It's cold today, but they say it's warming up. So in case you missed it, it's warming up. So tomorrow we might not have those cold nights like we should have. Also, if you're a line dancer, don't forget line dancers tomorrow night. We are still line dancing tomorrow night. So it won't be as cold as it is tonight, but it will be cold. So come on out at the American Legion Hall on the interstate and on the drive and line dance with us. So we have a good time and bring somebody with you. And so we can always enjoy ourselves. So tonight we have Rashad Harris on. Hi Rashad, how you tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. How about you, ladies?
We're good. And
Great.
y'all good. He's with R.A.A.H. Clothing, R.A.A.H. Clothing. Before you introduce yourself, what does R.A.A.H. mean?
The RAW stands for respect, ambitious, appearance, and honor. That's how you come up with RAW.
Okay, cool. I never knew that. I thought that was your family name or something
Nah.
like that. That's how I thought that happened. Okay, that's cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um. As you stated, my name is Rashad Harris. I am the owner of Raw Clothing. I currently have 5 locations. One in Beaumont, Texas, Port Arthur, Texas, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana, Lake Jackson, Texas.
You need to
Been in,
open up one here.
what's that?
Open up one out here and I'll run it for you.
Hey, don't tell me that because I'll pop up on you out there now.
I'm serious.
Yeah, but yeah, I've been in business for 20 years. Probably about I say probably about half and half. Because it started off before Raw Clothing. Some of you may know. I know Ms. Ozan knows that it started off as CNR Unlimited in 2002 is when
Yeah.
I first opened up a clothing store, and it was me and my cousin. And eventually we kind of, went our separate ways business wise, and then I later on, I started up Raw Clothing, and that's where I'm at right now.
And what was the name of it before?
The name of the clothing store that we had before, me and my cousin,
Uh-huh.
Corey Venison, it was called CNR Unlimited. We had, I think the most we had at one time was three locations, and it was one in Port Arthur, and two in Beaumont at one time.
Mm-hmm. So was that the name of it by the mall? Was that Ross or was it
No, it was in Parkdale Mall, the CNR.
uh-huh.
It
The
was
one
located
by
in Parkdale, right by Dillard's. Right, it used to be a how long we been in there. It used to be Piccadilly up in there. We was right behind Piccadilly.
right. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember that right there, but I didn't know those two were intertwined.
Yes, ma'am. That was me and my cousin that store first.
Okay, okay. And then y'all moved over by JC Penney's or up in that area by the food court and everything, right?
Yeah, well, when we moved, when we moved from there, then it was called Wrought In.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's when I recognize it. I recognize that, the name of the store. So when did you start your business? What year?
I actually started. We started seeing the raw business or just business in general.
Business in general.
Okay, we started seeing R Unlimited in early 2000.
Hmm.
So I graduated from high school and was going to college, and we kind of was brainstorming on, opening a clothing store because it was something that wasn't in the area. So beginning 2000, late 2000 is when we started actually seeing our Unlimited, which was located in Port Arthur.
Okay. So why did you become a business owner?
Ma'am?
Why did you become a business owner?
The main reason was because as I stated, it was something that was missing in our area.
Hmm.
With for the type of the clothes that we was carrying, most people would have to go to Houston. So we was trying to be the pipeline to where you didn't have to really go to Houston. You can get it right here in the Golden Triangle without having to, Houston not far, but you didn't, I got tired of driving that way. So I'm pretty sure, once other people found out, it worked out perfectly for us, to be honest with you.
Right, right. So it was the men, you geared towards the women, or you geared towards everybody.
No, it's mainly a man store. I say man because I mean, like I said at the time, the men don't really have too many options, as far as where they can shop, the type of clothes they can get, So I kind of wanted to stay away from the women, because women got multiple locations they can shop in. If you go in any mall, the women's store are gonna always outnumber the male stores,
Mhm.
So we kind of just like I said, we kind of wanted to be that bridge to where all ages, all walks of life could, come in the store, especially, males, young men. I say men, but heck, it's some of these young kids that's, big too, So we got, kids that's elementary and middle school able to, come and shop in the store for sure.
So what type of clothing do you sell?
We sell like we sell like the latest trends. I would say back when we first started with CNR, like in 2000, early 2000s, it was more of the rappers, the entertainers had brands, like Puff Daddy had, Sean John, and then you had Nelly had Vocal. It was different celebrity rappers that had their own brand of clothes. So, and that was the brands that we were bringing to the area. So, and that was the brands that people were looking for that they couldn't find unless they went to Houston.
Hmm.
So that was the brands that we mostly targeted, because we knew that if we got it and if it was available for people to come and get it, that they would come. So that's basically what we did.
Okay, cool, cool. So what age limits?
I would say, like I said, I mean, it's hard to say. I would say, from they elementary,
Okay.
so because there's some elementary kids that's big fifth graders, big
Right.
fourth graders, you know what I
Right.
mean? So it just depends on the size. The sizes we normally start out at is we start out like at a size 28, which is pretty much equivalent to a size 16 boys.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we start off at a small, which is equivalent to a 14, 16 boy. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say from, you know, youth age, fifth graders, fourth graders on up to, 50, 60, so it's different ages. So for sure, we kind of touching all ages pretty much.
Okay. Let me go ahead and talk to my viewers right now. Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you for coming and joining us on Blue Table Talk. Tonight we have Rashad Harris. He is the CEO and owner of Raw Clothing in Parkdale Mall. And I'd like you to come on the comment section instead of on my phone. Just drag on over and say hello to Rashad. And while you're doing that, hit that share button and let them know that Rashad Harris is on the podcast. And because sharing is caring, and we would love for you guys to ask questions, throw out statements, or do whatever you can to boost this program up. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube stations too, and that's the big one that we're on. So, Rashad, what was your mission at the start of your company?
The mission was, like what you were saying, what I wanted to be my own boss, so, I didn't work other jobs before, but thankfully I worked those jobs at an early age. I didn't work at your McDonald's and your fast food restaurants. I done did that, early on in, my high school days. And uh I knew that, I just kind of wanted to have my own mind and have my own lane. And after I worked at McDonald's, really what got me into retail and selling was I used to work for Radio Shack, like 18, 19 years old. And I moved up the ranks pretty fast, as far as selling, so because I love to talk to people and at the same time I love to help people, so and when I was working at Radio Shack, I was saying to myself, like, man, I'm up in here selling electronics and light bulbs and computers and stuff that I really didn't really care too much about, but at the same time I had the talent to be able to sell customers on whatever it is that they was looking for in that particular store. So once I got comfortable doing that, and then at Radio Shack, you're dealing with all nationalities. It's not like it's just one race. You're dealing with all nationalities. So I thought to myself, the more I was doing it, I was getting more and more comfortable with talking to different people. So whether it was ladies, men, elderly, Hispanics, it didn't matter, So I just like to talk to people and socialize with people, and I knew that was a gift that that I was blessed with, and I just told myself that hey, once I get the opportunity to find my lane, I was gonna go for it. And like I said before, during that time in the early my early 18, teenage, early 20s, we didn't have the brands that was, available after I got graduated from high school. When
Mm-hmm.
I was in school, it was, the common brands. You can get your Jabot, your Polo, your Tommy Hilfiger, and things of that sort, Lacoste, all that. But once I got early 20s, like I said, it was more so of your rappers, your different celebrities coming out with different clothing brands. And I would always wonder, like, man, I wonder if we can get these brands, how would it do if we actually got them, So, and that kind of, that once we got interested in that, we kind of just took off from that point, really.
Right, right. Uh, Let me go to my listening audience because they did put some stuff on here. I want you to see it. Alexis Petrie says, "Hello, honey."
Oh, that's my wife, y'all. Hello, honey. How you doing?
That'd be wifey. Kayla Moore said, "Hey, we love Raw."
Hey, thank y'all for all the love, man.
Brianna Taylor says, "Hey to my SAG twin."
That's my girl.
And Kayla wants to know what is the key to success of being your own boss. I still work for the man.
Um, I always tell people, man, I personally like to use the term you can't play hokey pokey with your life, especially if you want to be the boss. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. If you want to be a boss, you have to be a boss. You have to go all in. You can't. You're gonna have some good days. You're gonna have some bad days. So, but if you keep at it, hopefully your good days will outweigh your bad days. So, but I just say my advice is whatever it is that you're pursuing, stick to it. So it's gonna have its ups. It's gonna have its downs.
Right. So how many employees do you have in your company?
Man, I just was counting it a couple of days ago. I think 24, 25.
So you keep up with all that business work and everything? You the one who does that?
I don't. I do, but I don't. I have other people at each location. Like I was stating, I got 5 locations,
Right.
and at each location there is somebody that's in charge of the hiring, the firing, all that. They just kind of report to me on what's going on, and I have full confidence in what I know they're capable of doing. I know they're not going to just do it just to abuse power, and I kind of give other people the keys to kind of run their operation. Honestly, that's how I determine what stores I'm going to open, when I'm going to open it. I go off of their success rate too. So, and
Right.
I have quite a few key players that I actually like to give a shout out to my little brother,
Mm-hmm.
DeMarcus Mays. He is one guy that's been riding the wave with me since I started it. I got Adrian, and he pretty much runs my Beaumont store most of the time. And I have Dalen and Lake Charles and in Lafayette. And what we do is we basically kind of I also have Nick in Port Arthur that runs that store, and we basically I call us chess players because we move around to wherever we need to go. If I have to go to Lafayette, I'll go to Lafayette. Somebody will ship to my place. This person will ship to this place. So it's kind of like putting the pieces of a puzzle together. That's basically what we do.
Okay, so I heard you. I'm hearing you. You saying you have Lafayette, Lake Charles, you have Beaumont, you have Port Arthur, and then you said Houston, as
Lake Jackson.
well? And Jackson. Well, what just
Yes, ma'am.
have you opened that link?
Outskirts, Pearland, past Pearland.
Right. So did you have you opened it yet?
Oh, it's been open.
Oh, it's been open. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, cool. So you have all those locations. So have you ever done the part where you hire your employees? I know before we came on, you said a lot of your employees were related to you, but I'm talking about the ones who aren't related. Do you hire them and you walk into the building, and they not knowing who you are, and you try to be like a customer and see how with their like as far as customer service?
Well, most of them, I'm gonna meet you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna know who I am, and I want them to know who I am. But
Mm-hmm.
I can say they all don't know my wife. They all don't know my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to I guess I call them whatever you want to call them a snitch,
Mm-hmm.
a tattletale, or whatever the term you want to use for that.
Pop up.
That's
Yeah.
that's what my wife and my daughter come in at. My wife would be like, "Oh, such and such. Oh, they didn't tell me this, or they didn't say this, or they didn't say that," and then she'll come out and tell me, and then I
Right.
go back and tell them. So but for the most part, like I said, the key players that I put in place in these stores,
Mm-hmm.
they already know what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get on them before I actually get on the new employee,
Mm-hmm.
because this shouldn't be happening if you in charge.
Right, right, right.
So that's kind of how I'm not saying that they're responsible because everybody that's coming in, they're all adults. They can make their own decisions, but at the same time, they're gonna mimic or do whatever it is that you allow them to do. So if you don't correct them or don't tell them, then they're gonna keep doing whatever it is that they're doing.
Good. Yeah. Alexa said you call them scouts. And Lisa, hey Lisa, how are you tonight? Lisa, mystery shoppers. That I worked at a bank, and that's what we call mystery shoppers. And so, and we call them scouts as well. But to walk in there and just not so much egg the employee, but to let them know that hey, this is what I want my service to be like, and
Right,
and
right.
so but everybody has their own thing. So Yolanda Nan Avery says, "Hey Yolanda, thanks for coming in tonight. Do you visit schools to speak to students? So many students want to cultivate a brand but don't know the work behind the brand."
Yes, actually I go to quite a few schools in the area. You know, a lot of the schools they'll reach out to me. I didn't talk to honestly multiple schools in the area, like if they do like a, career day or if they have an if they have a business class.
Hmm.
I've been invited to quite a few schools. I'm always open to talking to the kids, always open to talking to the students. Doesn't matter. I love to do it actually because I want them to see an example of someone that's just like them from the same area that's doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
So
Right.
I'm always open, to talking to any grade level students. Doesn't matter what grade level it is, and I'm here.
These stores that you worked at, I think you said Radio Shack. Did you say
Yes,
Radio Shack?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And another company. So were you in management at the time or what?
No, the only time I actually got into management was when I was at Radio Shack. And
Radio.
the Radio Shack deal was they really kind of base it off of your customer service and they
Hmm.
based it also off your sales. And I
Hmm.
was excelling in both. So that's why I moved up pretty fast in Radio Shack.
Is that why you figure you can own your own company?
That's exactly why. I mean, I didn't know exactly what it is that I wanted to do, but I knew that if I put my mind to it, that those areas of success wouldn't be a problem for me as far as customer service and how
Hmm.
you treat people and things of this nature. That wouldn't be a problem for me.
Okay. So how do you advertise your company?
A lot of times, the Facebook, all social media outlets. I noticed that you had my guy on here last interview that you had with Eric T.
Hmm.
Been a big. That's a good friend of mine. Me and Eric T go back to before he came to Beaumont. He
He's
was in
all,
Lake Charles. He
yes,
was. That's my guy. So
yeah.
I've been dealing with Eric T for.
I can see that.
Ooh, I've been dealing with Eric T for probably about 10 plus.
Hmm.
I would definitely say that because before he even I used to tell him like a long time ago, like, hey Eric T man, if you ever come to Beaumont with this personality, man, I think you'll do good. And then man, he gave me a call one day, he said, hey man, you spoke it up. I was like, huh? So yeah, nah. Eric T, I go through the radio station a lot too though. So
Yeah, yeah. He's a good guy. Like I
definitely a
said,
good
I
guy.
met him when he first came to Beaumont, and I just loved him from that time on.
Nah, that's a real good guy. A real good guy.
He's real. That's the killer.
Yes, he is.
Real. So anybody that want to know who Eric T is, listen on the radio, and when he says something, trust me, he mean what he say and say what he mean.
There you do.
Yolanda says I was a mystery shopper when I was in college. It's very interesting. She says also you need your info. Thanks. So
Yeah,
we
no, I'm definitely gonna continue to do that. And I appreciate everybody, chiming in with those mystery shopper ideas. And I do have a credit card system that I
mhm,
use. Like whenever customers come and shop in the store, they can we have access to where we can text them their receipt.
okay.
Once we text them their receipt from the credit card machine, the customers are able to comment on the service that they received while shopping. And honestly, I got a ton of positive responses from shoppers, coming in the stores, so I
Mhm.
do have some that, I can go back and say, hey, okay, who was working this day?
Mm.
This obviously this customer wasn't happy about this. So I'm able to backtrack. So the really and truly the credit card machine, you can comment after you use your credit card. It'll send a receipt to your phone and then you can respond to that.
She says she needs your info to come speak to the juniors and seniors. So, is there any way that she can contact you?
Sure. On Facebook, my name is Rashad Harris. That's R.A.A.H. Last name is Harris, Harris. That's probably the quickest way that you can get to me right now. Since we're on live, you can either just inbox me or, you know, I'll get the message for sure. And
Right.
my email is the name of my business, Raw Clothing. It's R.A.A.H Clothing, CLOTHING, the number one at hotmail.com. So you can reach me either one of those ways, and definitely you'll get a response from me.
Okay, so let's see. Let's add this banner. Let's see if that's right. You see it scrolling across the screen?
I see it. It's all together though, all lowercase, all together.
Oh, okay. All even
Uh,
the raw clothing is together.
yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's right, but it just be all lowercase, all together.
Okay.
And that's my personal email address.
Either R.A.A.H is lowercase as well.
Uh huh.
Okay.
All lowercase. It's raw clothing, all lowercase, then the number one at hotmail.com.
Let's see if I got this together.
It's gonna come across the screen again.
Yes.
Okay. That's correct.
Okay, cool. And there you go, Yolanda. She said thanks. Ashley Holmes says, "Are you looking to expand your business online?"
Definitely. Definitely. If I find the right pieces to that puzzle, that'll be a good move for me.
Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. Kind of know her a little bit.
Kind of familiar with her,
I'm familiar with her.
huh?
What does your company offer in terms to pay your employees? Do they do?
what the what does it offer?
Mm-hmm. Do you do?
Like
Do you do like the standard pay or what?
yeah, I do the standard pay, but I add in always adding extra bonuses. So
Mm-hmm.
almost once again, it always depends on the actual person.
Mm-hmm.
There's no favoritism when it comes to if your customer service is good, if your selling is good, if I'm getting constant feedback from you that's good, then there's always room for extra bonuses, whether it be money or whether it be, hey, I got these tickets to this comedy show. You
Mm-hmm.
can have them. Or, hey, here go this gas card. Go fill your car up. Or, hey, go out to eat. Here go this Papa Do's gift card. So I do different things. And
Okay.
my wife is in charge of a lot of that stuff too. She be the one always willing to, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. So nah, we treat our people good. Be honest with you, a lot of the guys, females that's been with me. I have quite a few that's been with me for like 5+ years. That's like been with me for a while. So I'm a firm believer in if you treat your employees right, they're gonna treat you right.
So how do you generate your customer referrals?
Basically, like through social media, so through customers, so if you got customers that come in there, you treat them right, they always go tell other people. I see it all the time. Like that they have parents coming in there that coming to take their kids shopping, then go get their niece or nephew or bring them in there. So it's customer service. I always, I'm a firm believer in that.
Okay.
Treat
So,
people right, they're gonna come back.
so what do you do if you have an irate customer, and how do you treat that customer who's irate?
If they all right,
Irate and the mean and it,
well, I mean, you gotta. I mean,
every business gonna have one.
no, yeah, you're gonna have it. The
Yeah,
customer is always right though,
yeah.
regardless of what field you in. The customer is always right. You just have to know how to. You have to have that. You have to have it in you. Like if you know you got a customer that you just know is a bad person, just keep calm and don't. I never like. I never hawk a person. Like I'm not gonna just follow you around all day. I'm gonna let you look. I'm gonna ask you, can I help you multiple times? And for the most part, it's hard for even a mean person to come in the store and just stay mean. My goal is to make you laugh. We're gonna talk about something. You're gonna like sports, you're gonna like something, some food, anything. So anything to get that customer a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed. That's what we do. So trust me, I deal with someone that coming up with they have some bad days. So and when they leave out, most of them leaving out with a bag. So
All right.
whether it's a shirt, whether it's some socks, you're gonna leave out of there with something. So, but yeah, nah, we get customers like that for sure.
This question I'm getting ready to ask you, I was laughing on it just now, but it's really not funny because it just happened to put off it. I think New Year's Eve, where the three students walked in and sold some chicken, sold some money from Popeye Chicken, and then when they came in, they was tripping over each other, and that's why they call them the Three Stooges because they were tripping over each other trying to steal the money. So, what do you do when you find someone stealing in your store, and how do you handle that customer?
Well, thankfully, in every store we
Thieves.
have cameras,
Mm-hmm. And
and
thieves.
all we gonna do is I always tell my employees, hey, try to prevent it if you can, but don't never chase nobody out of that store.
Mm,
Let them go.
let them go.
Why? We got cameras. I've had this happen too many times. All
Mm,
I'm gonna do is do. I'm gonna do what Dillard's would do. I'm gonna file a police report. I am gonna press charges. I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna press charges to whatever the max they're gonna let me do it, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna just hand over the video footage, and I'm gonna let it go from there. Trust, I done had quite a few that's been banned from the mall because of my video footage.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had other stores in the mall that don't have video footage that get my video footage for their use. Because I got cameras throughout the store. So and I like I like my customers when they come in the store, they see the cameras, they see the TVs up, and they watch themselves on camera. So trust me, they rolling. So they ain't no decoys. So
So while I was
thank
reaching, huh? I'm sorry.
no, I was just to say thankfully we don't have too much of them problems. We really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, that's good. That's good. So you, with these five stores you have, you able to get all that you need out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean there's some stores that, do better than others. And
Mm-hmm.
then there's, some stores that's just, you know, blowing out other stores. So it just if it don't make sense to me, I'd be on a one-way ticket out of there. So that's one thing for sure. I'm not in the business just to keep a store just to say I got a store and it ain't producing what I needed to produce. So if it ain't if it ain't making sense, then I don't have no problem packing up and getting up out of here.
Mm-hmm. So what made you decide to open up several other stores? You just walk up and say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna open a store up in nature. Oh, I think I open one up in Shreveport." But how did you get to that point?
It goes back to the people that I hire, the people that are that believe in what I'm doing, and they see how it goes.
Mhm.
So if I got, say for example, say you come in there and you start working and you say, you know what, hey man, I think this will work over here if we did this, or I think it'll work here if we did that. So I'm always looking for that person, that want to see this thing grow. And it takes, there's no I in team. I always tell it to my crew. It's no I in team. It's enough for all of us to be like comfortable,
Mhm.
so because I can't run them all, so I like to give a person that I feel is a good person an opportunity to run their own store. After I seen what you can do under my wing,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you that opportunity if you want it. Now I'm not gonna force it on you, but if I say, hey, like we finna open up in Houston, I
Mhm.
already got somebody that's already gonna be pretty much appointed to running
The
my
Houston.
Houston store. Yes.
Mhm.
So I'll be there, and the same people that, as I said before, they will be in rotation also, but we're gonna have a mainstay that's gonna be there. So that's kind of how I dictate how many stores I want to get, and hopefully I keep being blessed at getting good people. I get as many as good people that I'm allowed to get.
So you who's your up person in your store? Like you said,
Who's the
yeah, the one who's the closest to you. If I do this, I ain't got no problem because he gonna jump in or she gonna jump in and do it. Who is that?
Oh, that's gonna be my brother. That's gonna be my brother. Like it's because he just been under my wing the longest, so he know what to expect. He know what I expect. He know what to do. So he gon' that'll be him for sure. But like I say, not taking away from the others because
Right,
they
right,
they just is it's just a chain of command. That's all it is.
absolutely, yes. Okay, so while retail environments are often fast paced, there would be downtown as well. If the store was slow and you didn't have a specific assignment, how would you make the most of that quieter time?
What I basically do is because I've been in the business for so long, I can kind of dictate already when it's gonna be slow and
Mhm,
when it's gonna speed up. So what I basically do is a lot of my part timers. I mean,
mhm,
I have to cut back. They're just like any other business. Any other retail business or any other business. Period. What you do if business is slow, you cut back. So and that's basically what I do. So, but that's the purpose of me having those key players because they not only key players when it's busy, they key players when it's slow too. You're gonna have to step up and work a little bit more because we got to cut back over here just to make sure that everything else is leveled out. So that's basically what I personally do.
okay, so say that I walked in the store and as a customer and I ask you a question about your products or service, not you per se, because you're gonna know your stuff.
Right.
I'm talking about other employees, and that you offer and they don't know the answer. What would they are supposed to do?
They're supposed to ask the person that's in charge. That person that's in charge that I have in charge, they're gonna know about the product.
Hmm.
They're gonna know about the product before I get it. They're gonna know about the product when it lands. It's their job to make sure that everybody else knows this product.
Right.
So I never really had too much of an issue as far as that per se. But I mean the question does arise, I'm sure. But like I said, the people that I have, I'm very very confident that because of how we already doing things,
Hmm.
they're gonna know before the product hits the store. This is what this is. This is what this is, and then we're in a social media world. Every brand that I carry, I always tell them, feel free. You can Google the company. uh, Google their name, follow them on Instagram,
Mhm.
and most of those companies, what they do is they have a list of stores that carry their brands just to let you know that, oh, this is official clothing from this company. So everybody that we deal with, if you go on their website and pull up the nearest store to carry the brand, you're going to see raw clothing, especially if we carry it in our store.
Mhm. Cool, cool. What happens if your debit or credit machine goes down? What do you do? You
I
just
can
have to
use
take cash, or just do you take checks, or just
no checks. We like I said, we're in a technology world now. So back then we probably have an issue, but now when the credit card machine go bad, we just pop out that cell phone. We got a little chip that we stick in that cell phone, and we'll slide that cell phone. So it's different ways, and then they got Cash App, they got Apple Pay, they got so I hope it never happened with the credit card machine, but if it happened, we're prepared for that too.
yeah.
So we gotta always be ahead of the next move because you never know what might happen.
So, what happened if I walked in the store and I wanted to pay with a large order, and I have a large order in front of me, and I wanted to give you money change, and there's a long line behind me? What do you do then? Would you say, uh, y'all go to the next person, or would you say, can you hold up? Because a lot of times the person behind the line, they won't say anything to you. They won't, and then we walk up to them. They won't you say sorry for the wait or whatever. It's a McDonald's thing.
Yeah, well, now, well, like I said, that's when the customer service kick in, your personality kick in. We've been in situations where it's been like that, and we'll if I'm not there, I'm almost positive who's ever in charge know how to handle that situation. Politely. If I see a big buying customer and you behind a big buying customer with one T-shirt, I'm going to ask them, please, if you don't mind, can I just ring up these few people right here because they only have one or two items. Let me ring them up real quick, then I'll get right back to you. So we have situations like that, but like I said, once again, personality, customer service, that's gonna take you a long way. So if people see where you genuinely,
Yes.
if you genuinely a good person and you mean business, then they'll respect it. And then I've never had an issue like as far as that part.
Right, right, right. Let me go back to my people on the line. There's Barbara Sion says. Barbara says, she's watching you. She's proud of you, Rashad, a nice person, and his family.
Thank you, Miss Barbara.
And Ryan Fontenot says, proud of you, nephew. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, must have a long line of people here, relatives.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to let them know we tuned in, so they can,
Right. Hey, Rashad doing
see
a good
how.
job. Yeah, because I'm asking some deep questions now.
Well, it becomes easy. Like once you do it for so long, it's natural, it's fluid. So it's just how it is.
So, do you do employees discounts?
I do.
So, what
Uh,
happens if an employee has a discount and he
mhm.
invites his family and his friends to use his discounts? Do you let that happen?
We don't do that. We do the employee only discount. So we don't let you because that ain't gonna work. You can go get all kind of friends and use your discount. And trust me, I know all my employees' size. I
Hmm.
know what size shirt they wear. I know what size pants they wear. So if you are small and you talking about you want to buy this extra large, I know something ain't right.
They might be buying it for their uncle or their auntie or something like that.
Nah, if it's a gift or something like that, yeah, I'll let that slide. But Christmas gift, Valentine's gift, or birthday or something like that, yeah, we'll let you do something like that. But just on a continuous using a discount, no,
Yeah,
no.
because there are some people who do that now.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I know. I learned from them. That's how I know what not to do.
I know that's right. How did you come up with the name? How did you come up with your name, Raw Clothing? How did you come up with that name?
Uh, honestly, I was believe it or not, it was I was going through some things during that time, and I was actually fasting.
Mm-hmm.
I was fasting and praying a lot during that time because after we closed CNR, I was kind of like, I would say probably in a shell. I kind of didn't know what my next move was going to be. I knew I wanted to do something. So I kind of was in a shell. I didn't really know what to do. So the only thing I knew how to do was pray. I said, you know what? I'm going to pray on it. I'm going to think about it. And I'm going to make sure God give me the right answer to make
Yeah,
this next move. So, and that's honestly, that's what I did, So it ain't like Raw just came out of nowhere. It was given to me. So, and I didn't want to mess that up. So that's kind of how that came about, really.
prayer is the key to the kingdom.
Oh, yes, Lord. So
And
without that,
this is kingdom business now.
it
so,
is. It
so
is.
you
It
got
said, hey, this is not all me. This is
yeah,
not me. I
yes,
it, this is me as a human form, but none of this is possible without prayer, without God. None of this would even I wouldn't even be talking to you about this.
yeah. I know that's right. I'm a true believer that whatever you do in life, you gotta pray before you do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And pray
Definitely.
while you doing it as well.
Yes. Yeah, you can you
Prayer, yeah. Because look, we are better together.
that's it. That's it.
We are better together. What changes have you made to your business strategy over the past few years?
Um, probably the best strategy I think I made was what I call in my stores the 2 for 65. That's
Mhm.
probably the best move. That's probably the best move that I ever made, and it's still the most brought in customer awareness to my store. Like
Yeah.
when in one of my stores in Louisiana, the competition was kind of tough, and you got people shop where they want to shop. So and I kind of was once again had to pray about it and had to come up with something else that was going to separate me from the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And after prayer, after thought, after talking to my wife, after talking to my brother, after talking, the people that I know meant good for what I was trying to do, they was like, hey man, I think that's gonna work. So the more I kept hearing it, the more I kept praying. When I did it, it took off.
Yes.
It took off. So
I
cause
asked you about
you
that
know,
because I heard it on the radio with Eric
that's
T.
what I that's what I
And
always promote. I always
yes,
promote it.
and he said 2 for 65. I'm like, what? That sounds good. But I know you did uh you didn't gear towards the women. It was always men clothing.
Always.
Yeah. So I said 2 for 65, that should go well.
It does really, really well, because today's time, especially men, you
Mhm.
can't get you can't get two jeans for $65.
Right, right, right.
I don't care what store you go to. You probably can. I'm not gonna say you can't, but we're not gonna have as big of an option as what we gonna offer you. So we call it the mix and match. You can get pants and a shirt, you can get two pants, you can get two shirts, and you're gonna walk out of there with $65. So that's probably the most brought in customers for sure, as far as that.
Lisa Fisher Weber says, Mr. Harris, do you have a website to reach more customers with your deals to sell more of your products? That's the website you have that's going across the screen, right?
No, that's my email address that's going across the screen.
So
At this time, I don't have a website. That's what Ashley Holmes asked about. That's why I need to get that website going because I did it before, and, honestly, the problem that I was having was that I was selling the product before I could fulfill people's orders online.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I would have people that would buy online, and then I would have to go fill in an order at the end of the night or the end of the day. And when I looked up, we had to sold this product, sold that product, so it got to be too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a plan in motion. Hopefully, God says the same this year that when I do put up the website, I'm gonna create it and treat it like as another store because I'm gonna have clothes that I'll order strictly for the website. It's not
Right.
gonna be in. It's not gonna be in the store. It's gonna be in the storage or wherever I have it. I'm gonna put the clothes up, and whenever you order it, I'm gonna be able to go and get it, knowing I have it easily without me having to guess if we sold it over here or sold it over there. So no, I have a much better plan. At least I believe so. That I'm gonna put in motion. Once I have that website, I'll be able to fulfill everybody orders for sure.
So do you get back to the community?
All the time. All the time. I do toy drives, I do backpack giveaways, back to school, turkey drive. I do all this with Eric T now too.
Right. Right.
Anytime I do the live remotes, I
Mm-hmm.
think we gave away for back to school. I think I might have gave away, I think like 200, 250 backpacks, so with
Were
school supplies,
you was out there with Terrence? Terrence,
ma'am.
were you out there with Terrence? Oh, okay. 'Cause I know he get
No,
okay.
no, I did these from both of my stores and my store in Port Arthur. I did it with Eric T in the radio station, and then I did it again in my Beaumont store with Eric T in the radio station.
Okay.
So and then Christmas we give away toys, so we give back to the community.
Cool. Cool. Cheryl Chambers wants to know what is your store policy for return items?
Honestly, we do all sales are final. The only time we do exchange something or something like that, I do know people like for Christmas and stuff like that, most people getting Christmas gifts. I understand. So when most people buying Christmas gifts, we give people the benefit of the doubt for Christmas, but on the receipts, whenever they get their receipts, it's printed at the bottom. When you come in the store, there's a sign up there that says all sales are final. But like I said, a lot of times if people come in there, if they got the tag still on the clothes and it don't look like it's been worn,
Right.
we let people exchange it out. But we don't do like money exchanges or nothing like that. Once you purchase it, you can get something else. You can exchange it for anything else in the store that's equal value, or you decide to get something else.
Okay, cool. Tori, did you have anything you want to say?
No, I've just been waiting on my boy to get my shirt in that I've been asking for years. He has really good quality clothes. And I don't know if you remember, Sean, but I used to always come in. You had this red Biggie's shirt, and it was like blinged out. I
Oh, you
want a
talking about?
Tupac when I've been asking y'all for years for this shirt.
I know what shirt you're talking about now. Clearly, I do know what you're talking
It's
about.
in my
But
closet. I need a
yeah,
Tupac one.
I forgot what brand that was, but it be them brands be coming and going. They be in and out. Like, 1 minute the company owned, and the next minute they done fell off, and then now you gotta. That's probably the hardest thing for me as far as staying on top of the brand because they constantly switching. And if they switching, I gotta switch with them. So that'd be
I
the toughest thing.
But if you can look, if you find me a Tupac or a Nipsey, just don't even put it out. Just call me.
Now I know I do have Tupac and I do have Nipsey, but it ain't
Oh,
gonna
you
be the
do?
blinged out shirts.
Oh, it's not the blinged out.
No, but I do have them right now in the stores for sure. They can. I have Tupac and Nipsey
Okay, because
Nipsey
I'll be
shirts.
down. I'm coming down Thursday. Whenever you get to the shop, can you send me a picture? And if I want
I
it, I'll let you know and I'll pick it up.
I sure can. You know what I should have did if I'd have known this? I told you your mama nice. I could have showed your mama that shirt, and I know she would have grabbed it for you. I already know it.
I'm gonna say this on air. No, she wouldn't have. But you know what? If you would have said something, she probably would have.
If I would have known, you know I was gonna say something.
When you know
You
what,
know I
next
was
now you
gonna
know.
bring it up. Now I know.
Yeah,
Now
bring
when
it
I
up
see
next
you,
time for me.
I will bring it up. Now I can't say it's gonna work, but I will bring it up.
You her boy, she might do it for you.
Oh, nah, that's my girl, man. That's why I say next time I will let her know.
Please do, but don't forget though, for real, because I'll be home in a couple of days.
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
No
Ross,
problem.
Wiley said, "Mama looking."
Hey, mother, love you, baby.
So, what is so unique about your company?
Uh, Once again, the personalities, the customer service. If you treat people right, they gonna come back. So if you got a you know bad looking look on your face and you're always mad at the world and you're bringing your problems to the business, ain't nobody gonna want to come spend with nobody with no attitude like that.
Right.
So my number one thing to all my employees, whatever your problems is, please leave them at the door. Do
Yes,
not come up in here with that because
Lord.
it's
Yes.
gonna that'll affect the whole day. So and we don't need them problems. So
Hmm.
if you long as we do what we've been doing, we're gonna continue to get blessed and people gonna continue to come support us.
That is
That's
true.
true.
And
Cheryl,
I would
go ahead, baby.
no, I was just gonna say what he was saying about customer service. Every location you go into, they
Hmm.
they treat you like royalty. They truly do.
I appreciate it.
You
Yeah.
welcome.
I don't like people to follow me around the store. That's one thing I
And
know.
they don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not gonna do that. That
Don't
make people feel uncomfortable.
make me
Yeah.
feel coming. That made me walk right to that friend the same way I walked in and the same way I'm walking out.
And that's one thing about them. They do not do that over there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Cheryl Chance said I don't usually shop in the mall, but we have to stop by the next time I'm there. Do you have men accessories that such as hats, caps, etc.?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay. So are you how much time do you spend working on your business each day?
Oh man. I spend a lot. Even when I'm not at work, I'm working.
Mm,
So I might not actually be there in a physical form, but once again, like I said, I got cameras in the store. I'm always looking at the cameras. I tell them, hey man, hey, fix that shirt or switch that shirt or hey, those customers walking in the store. And my wife don't allow me she don't like have my phone, but she know that's kind of hard to do, because I'm always gonna check in, I'm always gonna call, I'm always gonna be looking.
mhm,
So I may not be there in a physical form, but trust me, I'm looking.
mhm. Cool, cool.
Now I do have a question because I see how much you and your wife y'all do a whole lot. How do you delegate your time? Because it seems like you are a family man. We know that.
Mhm.
But for you to do so many date nights with your wife and things of that nature, and to run so many different businesses, how do
Mhm,
you delegate that?
Well, I mean, you still have to keep my priorities in check. Still, I
Yeah,
mean, at the end of the day, I know I have a business, but at the end of the day, I got a wife, I got a family, we got kids. So all that stuff is non-negotiable for me and it's
yeah,
non-negotiable for her for sure. So she gonna trust me, she don't have no problem telling me, look,
yeah.
baby, you didn't work this day, this day, this day. You need to make some time for us to do this and do that. And normally when she says that, most of the time I pump the brakes and
yeah.
we're gonna do something. But that's a must. That's something that we have to do.
Hmm.
I appreciate and I love that she understands what I do and
Mhm,
she
Yeah.
know that it takes a lot of my time and she know it's safe to say that she know when the busy time is, so she
Yeah.
don't really ask for all those date nights and taking the kids out, like doing holidays and stuff. She
Hmm.
she give me that time because she know that's like the peak time for me. So
Yeah.
she don't really harass me too much on that part.
right.
Got
And
you.
I do know your wife.
I know you know her, so I know.
I do know your wife. She says, Alexa says that our employees are our family for real. We love them. So
And that's the truth.
Oh,
yeah,
that's the wife. Hi, wife. I never met you
right.
yet.
Yeah, I do know wifey. I was telling her about something that happened, the other day, and she was like, "Yep." She
Hmm.
says, "Awesome." Whatever you're doing to keep the family together, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's a
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was just going to say that's a must. It's a must to do that to family for sure.
One more question I
Yeah.
want to ask before we go off the air is you tell me so you can tell your people out there how is it that someone could come uh you worked in different stores before you even got your own store. How would you tell other people how to reach their peak as to open up their own business?
I always tell people, hey, like we was talking about before, pray about it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you want to do, pray about it, and just don't cheat yourself.
Yeah.
So if it's something that you want to do, you have to really, really be committed. Like I said, you can't do the hokey pokey with because you're doing it on your life.
Hmm.
So it's either you're gonna be all in or not at all. So and I never wanted to do that to myself. And as we was talking about, I got a family. I'm a family of six, so I can't afford to be playing with nothing that I'm doing. So because it's not just with I do other business ideas that I come up with too. I didn't had a club for 3 years. So throw multiple concerts, throw multiple parties. So I'm always if I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be full fledged.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna half do it, win, lose, or draw. You're not gonna win at everything, but you can give 100% in everything that you do. So that's kind of how I look at it, and that'll be my advice to anybody. Just don't give it 50%. Give it
Right.
that whole 100% or 110 or 112 or whatever percent. As long as you're gonna give it your all, you'll keep going.
Yeah.
Right. Right. We gonna all have to get together and throw something out here in Beaumont to because liven it up or do whatever because
Yeah, I'm definitely down. I did. I had a club in Beaumont for 3 years. So and that was what early 2000s. Yeah, probably it was a while ago, maybe about 10 years ago, but 11 years ago. But I had a club in Beaumont for 3 years. I brought
What was
all kind of concerts.
what was the name of it?
The name of the club was called Club Essence.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It was downtown off of Orleans over there by the courthouse.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That was
I
that
didn't
was
know
my club for yeah, that was my club for three
Yeah.
years.
That's where which company is now. Uh, well, nobody's there now, but what's the
It
name?
used to be Jazz and Jokes.
Jazz and
that.
Jokes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. That was the same building I had
Mm-hmm.
3 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot, it's been a lot of names, but look like they didn't stay there. Just
Yeah, I think my club probably was the last long tenured one in that particular building.
mhm.
It didn't switch a whole bunch of times since I got out of it, but yes, that's where I was there for like three
Yeah.
years.
I remember that club. Yeah, I didn't know who the owner was, but I remember that club. So the clock on the wall says it's time for us to get on out of here. And Rashad, I really enjoyed talking to you today. I didn't know you talk a lot. I thought you was a quiet guy.
Oh no, when this lights camera action, I gotta do what I gotta do.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I did speak to your wife and say, okay, is Shaw gonna talk? He say, oh yeah, he gonna talk. And so, but I really enjoyed tonight. Tonight we have Rashad Harris, the CEO and owner of Raw Clothing, and Black business owner. Successful Black business owner, if I can say so myself. He has 5 stores: one in Lake Charles, Louisiana, one in Lafayette, right?
That's correct.
Lafayette, Houston, Beaumont, and Port Arthur.
That's correct.
You
Oh,
forgot one that's coming.
and
I'm coming to Houston. God said the same. It's gonna be this year, so hopefully I'm gonna say April, May.
okay,
That's it. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
and
Okay,
that'll be
Sean,
in
you still forgetting about another one.
oh yeah, we're going to talk about Atlanta. I ain't gonna forget
Okay.
about you.
Okay, now you hear him? You hear him? Okay, we're gonna be holding him to that. But we need him to
Yeah.
get some women clothing somewhere around that line, somewhere around there. You know, if it's just some women gloves,
Oh.
we're getting ready to go get into voting season. So those who out there who are running for in the office right out there, Tori, we gotta get them out on the podcast, and so that because early voting starts in February, I think the end of February, like the 24th. But we gotta get them out there to vote because it's happening. It's here right here in Beaumont, Texas. So we gotta get these people in place. So we need to know a little bit more about you and what you capable of doing, what you're capable of not doing. You know. So I know you're not can be tell what you're not capable of doing because it's gonna be what you can do. But if you know someone who's running for office, please let us know, and we're gonna get them out here on the podcast.
And
Thank
can you please tell everyone, Mama D, that your local elections are your most important elections because it directly affects you.
you.
That's correct.
It does. Your voice, your vote.
That's right. And if you don't vote, you cannot complain.
You cannot.
Not at
So
all.
not at all. But we gotta get it out there, y'all. It's coming up real soon, real soon. So, Rashad, thank you for accepting the invitation to Blue Table Talk tonight. We appreciate you. And we if you want us for anything, just let us know, and
Will do.
we'll be more than happy to put it
I
out there.
appreciate it. Thank y'all ladies for the invite.
2 for 65 was good for them guys. It wasn't good for the ladies. Alexa says, let me tell you one thing. She says that yes, we do carry accessories. Hey, your belts. I think I went there for a belt one day for a woman.
Nah, we have belts, but we don't have women belts.
Oh, Ashley Holmes says, great interview, y'all. Well, thank
Hi,
Thank you,
Ash.
Ashley.
you, Ashley. I told you I kind of know her.
I see that. She keep popping up in that chat line right now.
Yeah, she's a beautiful child. And Dee said, yes, it governs locally. Very important. Thank you. Thank you, Dee. Okay. Um, Thank you guys for coming on tonight. We appreciate you guys. And if I can help somebody, if I pass it along the way, then I know that my living is not in vain. God bless you. God keep you in our prayer. Thank you, Toya. Always. You always in here with me. Always. You're my co-host, and I love you. You're my bonus daughter. And
I
I
love you too.
thank you, Rashad, again. And we're gonna see you
Yes,
guys
ma'am.
next Tuesday. Don't know who we're gonna have on yet, but we'll bring somebody on here. That's Toya's job for next Tuesday. Okay.
Gotcha. I
Have
appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good night.
a good
You
night.
too. Good night.
Okay, bye bye.